monster. The money tell me tuna ain't a lobster. You wanna do me, I'ma know it like a monster. 4 a.m. I'm on the north side of Philly. Riding the friend like these haters don't wanna kill me. It's a shame how they hate on me.
Free me, yo. Free me. Free Meek, y'all. But how y'all doing today?
Real.
Another episode of What's the Scenario? Big Mike versus Quill. I'm your boy Quill.
Big Mike, we out here. Let's get it.
Yeah, man. Today, 21st, we got a couple topics for y'all. You feel me? So we back at it again. Episode 3. So let's get right into it. Let's boom, boom, boom.
Let's get it.
First topic of the day. I should take on the Louisville scandal. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not too fond of it, so I'm not really gonna elaborate on it as much as Big Mike really getting into it, telling you how he feel about it. I'm gonna be really just looking up some information so I can get back to y'all as the viewers a little more insight on it. But right now, I'm not really aware of the situation as much as I should be. So Big Mike, elaborate on it, my boy. And, tell them how you. What's your perspective on it?
All right, before I give my opinion, let me educate some people out there for y'all that don't know what happened.
Educate me.
Right, for those out there that don't know what happened in Louisville. Louisville just recently lost their appeal to the NCAA about the sanctions that was sent down on them a few years back.
Back in 2013.
Back in about 2013 or so. Some of those sanctions involved taking their championship away from 2013, stripping all of their wins from 2011 to 2015. It was 123 total wins. All the revenue that they made from the championship season, all the revenue that they made from the championship season up until now, which was up to $15 million, was stripped from them, taken. And
another thing that I noticed, I'm sorry to cut you off, but another thing that I noticed about this scandal, like, what did it say last night on ESPN I was watching? Quote unquote by Scott Van Pelt, I believe it was. He said, since the scandal happened and they vacated the wins from the year 2012 to 2015, I believe they said, 2011. They went from 10th total all-time wins in school history in Division I basketball history, 10th, and then with the losing 123 wins, losing those wins, vacating them, they dropped to 26 all-time in NCAA history. So it's like, wow, like. That's a drastic thing. Like, at the end of the day, like I was telling him earlier, like, I don't know how much it is, how much the truth it is, but at the end of the day, those guys still went out there and won that championship. You feel me? So, like, okay, y'all vacating it, but, why y'all didn't vacate USC's championship? Y'all decided to vacate I know they didn't win the championship, but y'all didn't vacate the championship. Y'all vacated the Heisman from Reggie Bush.
Or better yet, not only that, just a few years back, why didn't they vacate UNC's wins of those academic scandals that they was talking about? Allowing basketball players to play.
You want to talk about that? Why they didn't vacate Syracuse?
You know what I mean? Stuff like that. It's like NCAA picks and choose when they want to vacate or when they want to really stomp down and lay down the law.
NCAA different. I'm a collegiate athlete myself, so I'm not really going to elaborate on it too much more. In a few months, when my college career is complete, I'll elaborate more on how I feel about the NCAA as a business as a whole, and more or less how I feel about how they pick and choose the schools that they want to, incentives, I want to say the word, because I got close friends that plays big-time Division I football, and them boys come home with stipends, and the stipends look like my scholarship at the end of my scholarship that I signed to start the semester. And these boys talk about that's their refund check. I'm like, yeah, refund check? Boy, my refund check at Union probably the most I've seen probably was like $1,100. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know, man. Like, this topic kind of touchy for me because, like, I'm a college athlete. So it's like, some of the stuff that they're saying is like, it happens on a day-to-day basis, but it's like, why do you need a basketball coach to get you a stripper or a sex? Like, if you're the quote-unquote number 3 player in the nation coming out of high school, I think everybody know who you are. Like, for example, R.J. Barrett, Cam Reddish, Zion Williamson. I think a lot of high school females or a lot of college females, women in general, just see a young, promising man growing up, and he's potential. Well, I don't think that coaches have to pay for sex, and most that's just me. I feel as though like as bad as athletes, like we uphold the image of. I mean, how can I say this? Like
For the viewers, he's referring to the scandal of them saying that the recruiters, Andre McGee at the time, he was the head recruiter at Louisville. He's saying that they were. It came out that he hired prostitutes for the recruits and allowed them to go one-on-one with the recruit and the prostitute into the dormitory.
That story sounds kind of fabricated to me because, like I said, like I'm a college athlete myself, and it's not my first college. Like I've been to a couple schools. I've been JUCO, I've been D1, I've been D2, but I mean, let's be real. I mean, when I went on my visits out of JUCO and on my visits out of high school, I mean, let's be real. I mean, when you that guy on the visit, they taking you across the whole entire school. You don't gotta pay for no prostitute. For what? For what? If you know how to talk to females, the way you know how to talk to the coaches, and your mom and dad raised you the right to be a proper young man. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard to know how to talk to a woman at the end of the day. That you got to get a prostitute or something like that. Excuse me, but the FBI getting involved, like, I mean, it's a touchy topic. Like, I don't know too much about it, but I'm just giving you how I feel about it. Just from hearing the perspective on the outsiders looking in. Because those boys balled. Like, I mean, they won that Big East tournament. I went to the Big East tournament. Like, I remember watching Peyton Siva. Like, that year, there was some dogs. But I don't know. I mean, that's another topic for another day. So you feel me? Next topic on today's discussion. Y'all thoughts on this year's All-Star Weekend? Like how the format, how it went, the different array of things, like them inserting all the injury players in for all of the main guys that was hurt. So you know what I mean, how would you feel about that this year's All-Star game?
This year's All-Star Weekend was actually very, very entertaining. It was one of the most. It was very. It's easy to see that the future is good for All-Star because I feel like the last few years it kind of died down. Not only just the All-Star game with them not really taking it as serious and being very competitive, but just the whole like weekend as far as the Rising Stars Challenge, the Skills Challenge, the dunk contest was okay. I guess we've been spoiled with Zach LaVine versus Eric Gordon. You know, that was one of the best dunk contests of our era. You know what I mean? One of the best. I didn't say the best. I said one of the best. One of the best. That was one of the best debates.
Because I mean, my fault. I think that the Nate Robinson dunking over Spud Webb was epic.
That was probably the best. But again, I say one of the best.
Then you got the next year, Nate Robinson. You're not a Knicks fan. Y'all know I'm an avid Knicks fan.
Yeah, see,
shout out Knicks. Shout out my Knicks.
Gotta go for his Knicks
all the time. You know what I mean? I remember that one year Nate Robinson came back and said, Dwight, you want to dunk? I got something for you. I'm going to dunk over you now. Put his balls on Dwight's neck with the Krypton. Hey, Superman. Y'all remember that? Hey. Y'all remember that? Yeah.
All in all, it was a great weekend. Like I enjoyed I like the format. Like I enjoyed the fact that they let LeBron and Steph pick teams. The only thing I wish they did, I wish they televised it. I wish they showed us who got picked, when they got picked, who got picked last, in what order. That's must-see TV. We needed to see that. But I think they said they already said that the NBA commissioner already said that for next year and so forth, it will be recorded, it will be live. You know, so we'll see how that goes in the future. But as far as the format, I think because that format came to life, that's the reason that the players took the game so serious. Like it was actually competition. Like they competed.
They put the dogs on Steph.
They put the dogs on Kevin Durant and LeBron James. Had put the trees up on Steph.
The dogs
like he couldn't go nowhere. They put him in a corner, trapped. He couldn't get a pass off, a shot, nothing. Like it was great. It was great basketball. It was fun. It was fun to watch.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I enjoyed the 3-point shootout. Surprisingly,
I did too.
I'm not a big fan of that. Like I usually tend to fall asleep during the 3-point shootout and wake back up for the dunk contest. But I mean,
I like the 3-point contest.
I like that this shit. Like I mean, the Devin Booker is a dog. Like don't sleep on that boy. Don't. Let's not sleep on him.
Please don't.
Like please. Like I mean, like Knicks. Like I mean. Steve Mills, Perry Mills, whatever your name is, Mills, the new GM we just got, please go after and get, when he's done with his rookie scale contract, please look into getting a Devin Booker on the team. Like, we need a guard. I mean, we could move Timmy to the 3, keep Moutier at the 1. I mean,
Tim Hardaway Jr. to the 3?
yes, bring him off the bench. I mean,
that means he's gonna have to guard the guys like the likes of Braun, like the likes of KD. Like you can't. Don't do that to that boy like that. Don't do that to that boy.
I'm not gonna do it. Another thing I liked about this weekend, the level of competition was like, even from like, I don't know, like I watched everything this All-Star weekend. Yeah. From the celebrity game was competition. Quavo winning the All-Star. That was whatever. But hey, shout out to the Migos. Do it for the culture. Walk it like I talk it. Whatever. But I mean, shout out to Quavo for that. I mean, shout out Rachel Demeter 2K TV. I mean, we avid 2K players. I mean, all the time.
She got her shot blocked.
She got it blocked, but she still dropped 17 though.
Yeah, she did. Okay.
She's still a dog. I mean, and then going from that, then watching the Rising Stars Challenge and seeing it turned from a game to a dunk contest, and it was like, wow, like
that's what we doing?
Like, yeah, that's what we doing. Donovan Mitchell.
That's what we doing.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Donovan Mitchell, boy. Kudos to you, my boy. Shout out to Louisville once again. I mean, Donovan Mitchell, you gonna put them boys back on the map if they don't. I mean.
Fact.
But another thing I liked about this All-Star weekend, I could say, I mean, I watched that the G League All-Star game, and that wasn't bad. Like a lot of good players that I mean, my boy Jimmer was out there, doing what he do. You know what I mean, but it wasn't that bad of a.
Nah, it was weird. I really enjoyed the 3-point contest because, to be honest with you, when I looked at the lineups, I saw everybody, and then I saw Klay Thompson. And I said, Klay he's gonna run with it. He's gonna run away from it.
I did too.
I said the only person that could possibly give him some go was Paul George, but I didn't think Paul George was gonna do it because Paul George wasn't. I didn't think he was gonna take it seriously enough.
I think they need to change the format of the dunk contest.
Devin Booker surprised everybody and just he had 28. That's the most anybody's ever scored in history.
Like the format of the dunk contest need to change back to what it used to be back in the early 2000s with like 6 to 7 people. Because, I mean, we getting just 4 people and we getting people, no disrespect to Vic my mans, but Vic, you didn't dunk the ball and you got a 31. I forgot who it was. They put down some dumb shit, I mean, and they got a 39. I'm like, Vic didn't even put the dunk down, so like, I
feel like Dennis Smith Jr. would have won, but he saved his best dunk. He used his best dunk too early. He didn't save it for him. That dunk he did between the legs and on the other with the opposite arm. Oh man, that was sweet.
That Larry Nance double tap was tough too, bro.
It was.
That's creative.
It was. But you knew that just because Donovan, not even trying to hate on Donovan Mitchell, you knew once he brought the Vince Carter out and once he implemented a Vince Carter dunk in a dunk contest,
everybody went crazy in the whole damn gym.
It was almost over. Like it was almost over right there. So it's like, you know what I mean? But shout out to Donovan Mitchell, you know. Shout out to Donovan Mitchell. He really making a name for himself this year. Right now he's my rookie of the year, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
He's my rookie of the year right now. Next topic we got thoughts on the a possible 16-team playoff format that the NBA is thinking about implementing, you know, in the following seasons. And the commissioner, Adam Silver, was talking about it in a recent press conference, saying there's a possibility they can go to the 16-team format where literally they'll have, instead of the East versus West in the finals, the 2 best teams will face off. So an East team could play a West team in the playoffs, or vice versa. You know what I mean? In my opinion,
I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan.
I wouldn't say I'm not a fan of it. I just say I wouldn't mind it if they did go that way.
I'm not a fan of it.
Because
I'm not a fan of it because one, I'm just for note, I'm a Knicks fan. I mean, my team barely could win 40 games a year, so I mean, if we could get to 35 to 40, 41 and 40, 41 and 42, 41, 42 and 42. I mean, we barely getting by the skin of our teeth. We getting the 8 seed. I mean, like, it's sad to say this, but I mean, the Eastern Conference, the seeds 5 through like 13 be like between 2-3 games.
Yep.
Like, it's sad to say that as a conference because I mean, we want to do better, but we look at the statistics right now. Look at the difference between look at the difference between the 4 seed, and the 8 seed is like a 2.5 game differential.
Exactly. They're all
And
close.
that's the difference between playing home court advantage and not playing home court advantage. Like my Knicks, we only 8 games. Oh, we only 8 games out. We got shot, I think. You know what I mean? But we ain't got Chris that.
No Porzingis. Even with Porzingis, they didn't have a shot.
I mean, I feel as though the conference, I don't think we should do it. Like, I mean, it's not going to be fair. It's not going to be fair because you're going to have 16 teams from the West for real. Maybe one or two Eastern teams.
Man, you wouldn't have 16 teams from the West.
Let's be
you can't
real,
think.
bro.
You can't. We're not gonna sit up here and act like every team in the
real,
West
bro.
is
You're right.
is
Okay.
elite.
Okay. All right.
You know what I mean?
Okay, but like you said we're gonna do a 16-team playoff, right?
Yep. 16-team playoff. I wouldn't mind
So
seeing that.
the best
I
team in
wouldn't
the
mind seeing-
NBA.
Absolutely.
All right, we gonna look at it right now. How we gonna do this? So look, Washington. The best team in the NBA is Houston. 1 and 2. That's 1 and 2 right there.
Yep.
Cleveland 3. Oh, Toronto 3. 4. You mean who's 5? San Antonio 5. Minnesota 6.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Something
look,
like
I mean, like we gonna go down to the West. The 11th seed in the West, 23 and 34.
Right.
23 and 34.
23 and 36.
I mean, 30 and 28. I mean, okay, the
At
East,
the 8th seed.
the East at least a little powerful this year. But I mean, the 10th seed in the West gonna make the playoffs in the East.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just saying, like, I don't think the NBA should go to that type of format. Just this.
I know one thing.
Just-
If they do go to that format, ain't no more finals for LeBron. Because ain't no way in the world.
Why you saying to my son, Brown?
Ain't no way in the world that LeBron James is going to the finals if they go to this 16 playoff format.
But
Y'all heard what he said today. Today is Wednesday, February 21st. Y'all heard what this man said. If y'all didn't go to the Bleacher Report and see, LeBron said, I don't mind them changing the All-Star format. You know, I like that how he did that with the picking the teams and stuff. But he said, let's not get too ahead of ourselves about the playoffs.
But
we all know why he said that. Y'all know why he said that.
But you gotta be realistic too. Like, I mean, having a 16-team playoff, right?
Yep.
Say, okay, I'm gonna prove a perfect example to you. Okay. Say Miami gotta play, not Miami. Say the Warriors gotta play Boston.
Okay.
Series 1, round 1. It just happens that way.
Okay.
No specific, just happens that way.
Okay.
You play Boston round 1, right?
Yep.
Mind you, the 2 seed of who's the 2 seed? Houston. Houston goes against Denver. Denver versus Houston is a 2 seed, right?
Okay.
Denver sweeps Houston.
Not like
No.
okay.
You know Houston. You know what? I'm gonna switch it up. Houston and Orlando. All right. They just throwing 2 teams out there.
Okay.
Houston and Orlando. Orlando sweeps Houston.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Mind you, the Golden State.
Orlando sweeps Houston or Houston sweeps Orlando?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm just using
Okay.
2 teams as a scenario, right? Mind you, Boston plays Golden State.
Okay.
Why I say this is a bad idea? The East, that time zone could be a factor in the playoffs. You gotta realize, and most times in the playoffs, you're not traveling. You gotta realize teams like the Warriors are sweep through teams. So by the time it's time for their next round of the series, they had like 10 days off already.
Right.
You switch that to a 16-team playoffs. That one in that 16 seed game, you don't know who's gonna come out of that 7-game series.
That's the beauty. Like, do we want?
But that's the beauty of it. But it's like, but it's like, do you?
Do we not want competition anymore? That's the thing. Like, do we not? Like, okay, are we so immune to the fact that a 1 seed is automatically going to be the 16 seed?
No, of course not.
Or is that it was like?
You don't watch college
Does it
basketball?
excite you that a 16 seed can beat a 1 seed? But this is the NBA though. How likely? And this is a 7-game series instead of 1 game.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it's like the possibility of a 16 seed beating a 1 seed in a 7-game series, not just 1 game. That's exciting to me. I want to see it. I'm tired of seeing. Put it like this: and I'm sure I can speak for a lot of the viewers out there. I'm tired of seeing the same people go to the finals every year. I can't even say the Warriors. They just started. LeBron been going for 7 straight years.
But he played four different teams.
Yeah, he played 4 different teams, but he only played the Warriors 3 years straight.
But he played 4 different teams.
Yeah, but he himself, I'm tired of seeing LeBron in the finals. It's like it's an agenda out there to make sure LeBron, like that's why he said. I feel like that's why he said what he said.
My boy, so if
that's why he said what he said.
So if you feel like this, how you think our dad feel seeing Jordan go to damn near 6 straight finals?
They probably thought about a format like that back then.
Jordan didn't retire. Jordan would have 7-peated.
If Jordan never stopped playing baseball, he would have had 8 straight finals. If he never would have stopped, gave up 2 years and went to baseball, he'd have had 8 straight finals. He'd have ran the 90s, literally.
Yeah, so
you know what I mean?
So having this conversation, talking about a 16-team NBA playoff coincides to our next topic.
Yep.
Yeah, NBA final predictions.
Well, since we haven't hit the 16 playoff format yet, we still on standard East versus West, and who come out the East, come out the West.
LeBron coming out the East.
I got the Cavs coming out the East.
And he gonna beat the
by
Rockets.
default.
He gonna beat the Rockets.
You know what I mean? By default, you know what I mean?
He gonna beat the Rockets. James Harden gonna finally.
And I got
James Harden out the West. Paul finally gonna get over
this
that
is
hump.
my sleeper. I got the Oklahoma City Thunder coming out the West. Remember when I said that? The reason why I say that is I'm optimistic of the fact that they have to get to the Western Conference Finals and play the Warriors. My opinion is if they get to the Western Conference Finals and they get to the Warriors, they will beat them in 6 or 7 games.
Think KD gonna choke?
They will beat them.
Think KD gonna choke?
It's not even about KD choking. They're just not a good matchup for Oklahoma City right now. As top to bottom. Because Oklahoma City added Paul George and Carmelo Anthony. You force Stephen Curry to have to guard Russell Westbrook. And we all know. I understand that. That's in the regular season. I understand that. I understand that. Because he's the third option. When you're the third option, you take less. Look at Chris Bosh. Look where his numbers went from Toronto to Miami. He was the third option. We all know he wasn't going to average 20 and 10. He was the third option. He got 2 of them things. You're right. Because of LeBron and D Wade. You know what I mean? He got 2 of them things, but he was the third option, and his numbers diminished heavily because of that. You know what I mean? But I got Oklahoma City. I think because you have Paul George and Melo, it forces Curry to have to guard Westbrook, and that's something that Westbrook has been waiting for. Westbrook, and plus, Westbrook already has the animosity towards the Warriors. Him and KD aren't really beefing or nothing like that no more. But at the same time, he would love to beat them in the playoffs, especially after what KD did last year, winning the ring and leaving him, you know what I mean, like that. So I feel like if Oklahoma City gets there, if they get to the Western Conference Finals and have to play the Warriors, they will beat them. They just got to get there first, and I feel like they can get there. Because they'll have they got another half of the season left to get clicking and get meshing. They'll find a way. I got the Cavs and the Warriors. I got the Cavs and the Thunder. Excuse me, Cavs versus the Thunder.
James Harden.
You know what I mean?
James Harden. Now I'm gonna tell y'all why I think James Harden going to the finals. James Harden and Chris Paul finally gonna get over that hump. I know everybody think they're a regular season team. I think they're a regular season team too. But you ain't gonna lie.
I just gotta see it. I gotta see it happen.
I feel as though this is the year for me.
I gotta see it happen before I can actually
this the year for them. Like, not for nothing. All they needed, they was one trade away. If they had got somebody in a trade, like a DeAndre or something like that, working Lou Williams back, a DeAndre or Jamal Crawford or Jordan Clarkson, some shit like that. I mean, that would have really put the. But I ain't gonna lie to you. Ooh, okay, show the work. Yeah. Okay, but I'm just saying, like, what's the name? They should have picked up what's this guy name? Man, he played point guard for Ish. I think that the Rockets.
Ishmael Smith.
I think that the Rockets
from Detroit.
Yeah.
Okay. He's solid.
He's solid. They need a back. They need a legit.
He's solid. He's solid. He's solid.
I mean, like, and I think
they had a solid backup point guard last year in Lou Williams
and Pat Bev.
Pat Bev.
He gave it Pat.
Oh
Bev.
Man.
But I think that honestly, they got what's this guy named Gerald Green. That was a great pickup. For
yeah, great pickup. Oh,
like,
Gerald Green.
Gerald out here balling. He got something to prove. He back in the city. I mean,
Gerald Green is my sleeper.
Shout out H-Town.
He's a sleeper. Shout out Houston. They be doing their thing.
Yeah, but Gerald Green, he know what he's talking about. But I feel it's like LeBron. It's just,
Oh, he's the best player in the game.
Yeah,
he's
like,
going to the finals.
Who we competing with, man? Like,
to be honest with
LeBron?
you, before the trade deadline, I had the Boston Celtics.
Yeah,
I had the Boston Celtics because this Cavs team was obviously a team that just didn't want to. They didn't want to play with each other. They quit on each other. It just didn't work. It just didn't work with each other. Like the IT trade just wasn't worth it. It wasn't. It didn't work. You know what I mean? So I had Boston going before the trade deadline, but once they made those moves to get Larry Nance Jr., Rodney Hood, George Hill, who else did they get? And this kid Osmond, has come in for Cleveland and given them some great minutes. He can be a sleeper in the playoffs
Osmond
too.
for real look like Timothy Miles guy for real.
Just a smaller version, but definitely
like
just a smaller version. But yeah, Osmond is definitely coming in and put some work in. But I like.
So, I mean, I don't know.
I like this Cleveland team to go to the finals. I'm not a believer in the Raptors because, just like the Rockets, I have to see it. They're a great regular season team. The Rockets have been a great regular season team.
So those are your predictions? Cleveland
and OKC.
So what's your sleeper picks?
My sleeper picks?
Mm-hmm.
That's my sleep. I mean,
like if my sleeper picks coming out the East, I got the Wizards coming out the East.
Sleeper?
Yeah, I feel as though John Wall and Bradley Beal finally can get over that hump this year.
I feel like we're one piece away, man. I really feel
I told you that earlier. Like I think I need an AD or something like that.
If we was to get DeMarcus Cousins, we are championship contenders. Right now, I don't feel like we're championship contenders because we don't have that same leadership that we used to have.
Okay.
I remember back in the
it's not even DeMarcus Cousins. Y'all need more or less say y'all get a guy like Andre Drummond.
That too.
Y'all just need
that too.
Y'all just need don't get me wrong. Gortat doing the job. He's doing it right. But y'all just need somebody else. Like y'all need to solidify. Like go young. Like if y'all want to go young, what's this guy name in Indiana? Turner. Go get him.
Oh, okay, I see what you're talking about. Evan Turner. I see what you're saying.
No, not Evan. Miles.
I mean Miles, not Miles. Yeah.
Dog. Yeah. He hold that four down.
He's tough, and he's a stretch forward. And
go get you
from three.
Go get you a Thaddeus or somebody like that.
He can space the court. I like that.
Like
but the
Randy Covington, Robert Covington, somebody like that. Nice solidified four. Y'all need a good four, like y'all bring a Kristaps to that. Oh my God. You bring a Kristaps to DC.
Cash.
Y'all going to y'all got it. Like the Eastern Conference just got another dog in it. Yeah. If you bring a Kristaps.
But the reason why I say
or Hassan Whiteside.
That's true. Right, he's not leaving Miami.
But you never know.
Yeah,
if D-Wade don't leave, if D-Wade just there for temporarily, it's possible he can leave.
But the reason why I say that about the Wizards is we don't have that leadership. We don't have that one leader. Like in the first couple years that John Wall went to the playoffs, we had Al Harrington. And he was a great leader. He was a great leader, like mentally for John Wall and Bradley Beal. Then we had Paul Pierce. We brought him along. He was a great like closer and mentor that year to show John Wall and Bradley Beal the ropes.
Paul Pierce used to take everybody,
you know what I mean?
Take the farewell to him. You ain't Kobe.
Yeah, you ain't Kobe. Yeah. But Paul Pierce was a great leader for our team.
Shout out to that 3-4.
He was great. You know what I'm saying? He was great for those guys. Like right now, we don't have that leader. They're looking for John Wall and Bradley Beal to be a leader when they haven't reached that point in their careers yet. They're just not there yet. So I can't. We're not like we're a team that is good and has the chance to be elite, but we don't have that it factor to get us over the hump. That's exactly what the Wizards are, and that's what they've been for the past few years. So that's why I don't have the Wizards. I can't even have them as a sleeper team yet. If I had a sleeper team in the East that could possibly knock off the Cavs, it'd be Toronto right now. Yeah, but that's only based off what I've been seeing.
I was thinking that, but then I was like, nah. But my sleeper coming out the West, I mean, I told you this earlier, but you and my mans both agreed to know. I think the Spurs going to be a sleeper team out the West. I mean, you just don't ever question Pop's greatness.
Pop is great.
That's like betting against the Patriots sometimes, or betting against Saban. Like you just know certain things are going to happen the way it's going to happen. Like
Pop is
you're
great.
going to guarantee a loss or two, maybe two. But I mean, let's be real. Like at the end of the day, like they're going 9 times out of 10, they're going to bounce back, do what they got to do. 10 times strong, and like I don't know, like those are my sleeper teams for the finals predictions. Like I feel as though the NBA is slowly changing, so therefore every day you don't know what you're gonna get from these NBA players. Like Russell Westbrook went on a killing spree last year just to get a triple-double every night,
right?
And he made his team. His team wasn't even they were a 7 seed.
They were 7
Like now the man on some pass the ball. Let's do this now.
Yeah.
Now they're a 5 seed. At one point, OKC was talking about it as a laughing stock. Was this the right trade? Did the Knicks get the better end of the trade?
Right.
You know what I mean, but now everybody's back on their
Indiana as well, because at the time they were looking bad while Victor Oladipo was looking like an MVP candidate.
Yep. He still is looking like a legit most improved candidate.
Most improved. Oh yeah. In my opinion, he's one that he's got that award in the bag.
Is either he gets that award. But I mean, like Lou Williams deserve it, but you got to give Lou $6 million a year. Like,
$6 million.
Lou
I wouldn't give him most improved because he was balling last year.
His game elevates every year. That's why I say most improved. I mean, there's a lot of NBA players' game that I think could get most improved. Like,
but I feel like
Bradley Beal could get that award this year, hands down, easily.
I don't think so because when I think of most improved, I think of what you've done the year before compared to what you did this year. Bradley Beal is nice. He's nice, but everything he was doing this year, he was doing last year. He was balling last year. He took a big jump this year. Don't get me wrong, because he had a 51-point game. You know what I mean? He had a couple 40-point games.
He's got people noticing you making an All-Star.
Yeah, he's really carrying. Like in my opinion, he should have went to the All-Star game last year. He got robbed last year. Yeah. He couldn't have gotten robbed this year. It was going to be a problem if he got robbed this year. You know what I mean? But
Greek freak.
He deserved it. You know what I mean?
To Greek freak.
Yeah, but in my opinion, where Victor Oladipo was with OKC last year, and how much he disappointed me last year,
or to be honest with you,
he had to get it this year.
You could give it to either Vic or Joel Embiid.
Okay.
Like Joel Embiid different.
Okay.
He different, bro. Like I mean,
I can see that.
He the best trash talker in the game.
Right now, yeah, he is. He is.
Like,
he really is.
We haven't had legit trash talker since the Sean Kemp days.
Yeah.
Legit trash talker.
Legit trash, yes.
The Rodman days. Like, we talk about trash talkers. Don't sleep on my boy Colin Sexton. Shout out Alabama. Shout out Colin Sexton. He gonna be a Knick. I'm telling y'all. And when he a Knick, he gonna talk that trash. He gonna talk that talk. Markelle Fultz, you ain't got nothing to do with Colin Sexton. Wait, I'm telling y'all.
Don't sleep on my boy Markelle Fultz. He knows how to play basketball. He's shooting the way he's shooting right now because he has a bad shoulder. Once his shoulder gets right, he'll be fine. It's not like this brother has to learn how to play basketball again. He knows how to play the game of basketball. He was a number 1 pick for a reason. You know what I mean? It's just his shoulder. Once his shoulder gets right, you'll see. You'll see the real Markelle Fultz once his shoulder gets right.
My C-now uncle got a better chop than him.
He probably does right now. I mean, I've seen.
But yeah, I mean,
I've seen a lot of words. So.
Yeah, I mean, this concludes today's episode of what's the scenario. You feel me? So we wrap things up for y'all. A little topic. I mean, we had a few topics for y'all today. So yeah, I mean, we appreciate y'all. I mean, subscribe below.
One love, subscribe, and leave comments below of topics that y'all want to hear us talk about. Leave some comments below, and we'll definitely chop it up and give y'all our opinions on anything.
Discussions and all that. I mean, y'all send us y'all ad page. I mean, we not afraid.
Everything.
We not afraid to FaceTime y'all.
Nothing.
Call y'all up, put y'all on one of the videos as well.
Absolutely.
As well. I mean, it's 2018, baby. We trying to do big things with this. I mean, so
yeah, we're gonna have fun doing it too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're gonna have fun with this.
So this concludes episode 3. Appreciate y'all. I mean, thank y'all, the viewers.